Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening, and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Allison Fergit. A Grant County man is in Crawford County Jail after a violent incident Friday night. According to a Facebook post from Prairie du Chien Police, around 10 p.m., law enforcement went to conduct a welfare check on the 1000 block of East Wisconsin Street. Upon arrival, they found a deceased man inside the home. There were wounds on him that were consistent with trauma caused by a sharp object. A search warrant was issued for a 39-year-old man in Grant County. He was later arrested. Police say the suspect and victim knew each other, and evidence indicates the act was not random. Officials say more information will be released tomorrow. This month, 35-year-old Takara Manning died from injuries sustained during an earlier incident. The man who allegedly attacked her was charged just months earlier for a different crime. He was out on a signature bond. Now, Takara's mother, Yolanda Manning Joyce, is calling for change to the legal system.
Oh, my daughter was a loving, caring, spirited individual.
Yolanda Manning Joyce says her daughter Takara touched the lives of many. She says Takara was giving, kind to everyone, and above all, someone who fiercely loved her two sons.
She was a great mom. She was particular and was a perfectionist on how she raised her boys.
The past few weeks have been hard on Manning Joyce and her family. Takara died on October 17th from injuries sustained during an incident that happened 11 days earlier.
You never know that you're going to see your child one day or one evening, and then the next morning you're getting a call from the emergency room that your child is there.
39-year-old Andrew Nauman is charged for Takara's death. In June, Nauman was charged for battery and strangulation of a different victim, but was released on a signature bond. Seeing a problem with that legal process, Manning Joyce is now turning her grief into action. She's currently working to establish Takara's Law, which would create stricter bond requirements for people accused of violent crimes.
Passing this law will, number one, hopefully eliminate the opportunity for those offenders to repeat their actions.
Manning Joyce has reached out to Governor Evers' office about the proposed law. She's also set up a GoFundMe to help support her advocacy efforts.
Once we get this localized in the state of Wisconsin, then we will move forward for a national law.
Manning Joyce says it's her mission to make sure what happened to her daughter doesn't happen again.
Love your children today, because tomorrow is not promised.
A powerful sentiment. If you want to support Manning Joyce's efforts, we will have her GoFundMe linked on our digital platforms.
Well, we have to say goodbye to the nice, gorgeous fall-like weekend that we had because we have some warmer weather on the way. Some of you might be a fan of that. It's going to be here for a couple of days, including tonight. As we can see, we've had some cloud coverage start to move into our area. That's going to stick around into the overnight period, really allowing our temperatures to stay a little bit warmer. Our low in La Crosse staying at 46. That cloud coverage is going to continue on into the morning as well, giving us partly cloudy conditions for much of the morning. A little bit of a brisky morning, however, definitely not as cool as we've been in the past. We're going to see this warming trend continue as we go into the next few days as well. We're going to have some breezier conditions to go along with that warmer weather, though, with those winds out of the south continuing to funnel up that warm air. You're definitely going to notice them as we get into the afternoon hours. As we can see, we could be seeing gusts near 30 miles an hour at times. Winds will mainly be sustained near 15 miles an hour, and that's going to be a trend as we go throughout the entirety of the first half of the week. We'll have record warmth with during the daytime and the overnight period on Tuesday, and then again those gustier conditions through Wednesday, and then after that, by Wednesday, we have a very good chance for some much needed rain showers and some thunderstorms as well. So a really busy forecast, but I'll be able to break it down coming up in a little bit.
Thank you, Nicole. Wisconsin Senate candidate Eric Hovde made a stop at Loopy's Grill and Saloon in Chippewa Falls today. The stop comes as part of his Time for Change bus tour. U.S. Representative Tom Tiffany joined Hovde for the tour, holding meet and greets in Chippewa, Washburn, and Rusk counties. At the event, Hovde emphasized his commitment to supporting small businesses and farmers. The Senate candidate also said he can feel the excitement as the election grows closer.
I've been all over the state for the last 9 months. The energy is building. I feel great People want to see a change in our country. It's time for change.
Hovde's tour continues tomorrow with visits to Richland Center and Platteville. Assembly Democrats launched a canvassing event today in La Crosse. Representative Steve Doyle joined fellow Democratic representatives on door-to-door canvassing. The event gives the representatives an opportunity to hear from voters on what issues they feel are most important. Doyle says he understands how crucial it is to speak directly to his constituents.
One of the most important parts of campaigning is just getting out and meeting the people. So we're going to be out knocking on doors, talking to people where they are, about what they're interested in. It's more important that we listen than that we talk.
Doyle will face Ryan Hipsch in a rematch of the 2022 election. Doyle won that election by less than 800 votes. The Alliance of Wisconsin Animal Rehoming Efforts hosted a fundraiser today. The funds will benefit Wisconsin's homeless animal population. Pet Expo Lax is the first event held by the statewide organization in the La Crosse area. They have held the expo in Milwaukee for 20 years. The event gave people looking to adopt a pet a chance to meet adoptable companions from local shelters. Attendees could also learn more about what pet is the best fit for them.
People can come and learn about their animals, our animals that are available. They can learn about products to help their animals because the end goal is to keep animals in homes.
The expo also offered educational opportunities for reptiles, small animals, and wildlife. Coming up, a suspected terror attack in Tel Aviv is heightening tensions. More on the conflicts in the Middle East, as many are hoping to avoid an all-out war.
We know how hard your family can be in your home. Relax. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners that can create a home. Last a lifetime. Our flooring from Sealants is perfect for muddy feet
and water balloon fights.
Sealants Corporland in Coon Valley. Let us help you find the perfect flooring because our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Oh, please. Don't be fooled by Rebecca Cook. She made her living trying to elect Democrat extremists. Cook proudly supported radicals who want to defund police, end cash bail, and throw open the border. No wonder extremists like AOC are spending big bucks to elect liberals like Cook. Rebecca Cook, just another liberal trying to fool you. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Think you know Steve Doyle? Think again. Doyle refused to protect our daughters, forcing them to share bathrooms and locker rooms with biological boys, and voted to force girls to compete against boys in sports. Doyle believes dangerous puberty-blocking drugs should be given to minors, and gender reassignment surgeries performed on children. Keep kids safe? Steve Doyle says no. Ryan Hipsch, focused on what matters, helping families with rising costs and protecting our children. It's just common sense. Ryan Hipsch for Assembly.
He's supposed to serve Wisconsin, but Derek Van Orden doesn't care about making our lives better. Van Orden wants to repeal the law that stops insurance companies from denying coverage if you have a pre-existing health condition. He'd make Wisconsinites pay just to give huge tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy. Van Orden even sides with extremists who tried to cut Social Security. Wisconsin deserves better, and Derek Van Orden does not belong in Congress.
HMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Tonight, Iran's leaders stressed they had a right to respond to Israel's attack, but their measured tone is easing concerns that the region's two largest militaries are gearing up for all-out war. Also in Israel today, one person was killed, at least 30 others hurt when a truck crashed into a crowd at a bus stop. CBS's Rami Inocencio has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Good evening. Israeli officials are investigating that incident as a suspected terror attack. Hamas has praised the chaos but hasn't claimed responsibility. The elderly driver shot and killed was an Arab Israeli citizen. And this happened Sunday morning in the Tel Aviv metro area, the area reeling from possibly its 5th terror attack in the past year. Police said that they neutralized the driver after he rammed his white truck into a bus stop, running over dozens of people. Several were pinned under it. Many of the injured were senior citizens as well, marking the first national day of mourning for the October 7th attacks of last year. People across the country, meantime, paid tribute to the over 1,000 people that did die in that attack, the worst ever on Israeli soil. But in Jerusalem, families of victims heckled Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They shouted, "Shame on you," while he gave a memorial speech. At the same time, Hamas still holds about 100 Israelis, both dead and alive. And today, Israel's military pressed on with its offensive against Hamas in Gaza. At least 9 people were killed in a hit on a UN-run school in Gaza City. That's according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Israel, of course, maintains that Hamas uses civilian infrastructure to hide its fighters and its weapons. This was actually the second airstrike in 2 weeks on that school. The Ozma school now turned shelter for Palestinians displaced in the war. And attempts to possibly end this war starting again. Israel's spy chief is scheduled to meet soon with his U.S. counterpart, along with Qatar's prime minister in Doha. The aim to resume talks between Israel and Hamas to reach that elusive ceasefire and hostage deal. Rami Inocencio, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Coming up on News 8, 'tis the season. Americans are expected to spend a record amount this holiday season.
And Halloween is coming up later this week, but it's definitely not going to feel like it to start. Highs in the low 70s tomorrow. I'll have your full forecast coming up after the break.
It's the Veterans Day sale at Home Furniture, and everything is on sale in living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattresses. Take an extra 10% off sale prices or pay no interest for 3 years. Plus, all Christmas decor is 50% off. The Veterans Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing? Their weakness invited wars, welfare for illegals, while Americans struggle. Now Kamala wants higher taxes on top of higher prices. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
I believe in bringing people together, like my family and neighbors did when I was growing up on the north side of La Crosse. And now that I'm in the state legislature, it's why I focus on bipartisanship, because my whole being is focused on bringing people together to find solutions to make everyone a winner. I've appreciated the opportunity to be your state representative, and if I'm reelected, that's what I'm going to continue to do. My entire focus will be on bringing people together to make Wisconsin a better state.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
The Monroe County Historical Society Arts and Crafts Show takes place at Sparta High School on November 2nd. Products include fudge, candy, canned goods, quilts, rugs, soap, clothes, and more. Join St. John's United Church of Christ on November 4th for their 100th annual roast pork and sauerkraut supper. And enjoy roast pork, mashed potatoes, gravy, carrots, sauerkraut, roll, and pumpkin dessert.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde owns a $3 billion California bank. That's right, he owns it.
And a $7 million mansion on the beach.
Eric Hovde proposed $4 trillion in new tax breaks for rich guys just like him.
And to pay for it, Hovde would cut Social Security by 28%.
Slash Medicare 25%.
And veterans benefits 40%.
Outrageous. Now we know what's wrong with Eric Hovde. This guy is not for us.
During the Veterans Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express, get 10% off sale prices on quality mattress brands Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. Plus, get free delivery and setup. The Veterans Day sale, going on now at Home Sleep Express.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Americans are expected to spend a record amount this holiday season. The National Retail Federation predicts the average person will shell out $902 for gifts, food, decorations, and other seasonal items. Another survey from Gallup predicts each American will spend on average a little over $1,000. The Federal Trade Commission is cracking down on fake online reviews. The agency is banning reviews and testimonials from AI or people who don't exist. The new rule covers reviews from people who don't have any experience with the service or product. The FTC can penalize companies that violate the ban. And we've had some beautiful weather the past few days. Let's send it over to First Warn meteorologist Nicole Skalicki to see if our good luck will continue. Nicole.
Yeah, it really depends on what your definition of good is, because I mean, I would never complain about the low 70s, but for this time of year, that's very warm. We really should be staying in the low 50s at this point, so we're going to be nearly 20 degrees above that as we go into tomorrow. Here's our highs: 71 in La Crosse, 70 in Eau Claire. Many folks in the area getting into those low 70s. And as we get into the overnight period for Monday, it's not really going to cool off that much. This is for Monday night. These are the lows, and they're really high up there. We're seeing much of the area staying in the low 60s. That's the lowest you're getting, not getting any cooler than that. 62 for Monday night's low in La Crosse, a little bit cooler in Eau Claire at 58. So this is going to be a situation where we're going to see multiple areas get record-breakingly warm overnight lows. That record-breaking trend is going to continue into the daytime for Tuesday as well. We're seeing highs getting into the low 80s, and I know we've brought up 80s multiple times during the month of October, but this is very rare. This is exceptionally warm for the end of October, and it looks like it could be sticking around for the beginning of the week. So here's those records that we have. This is that Monday overnight low. We're seeing a record high of 59 as we get into the Monday overnight period in La Crosse. Our forecast is 62, so it's looking like a good chance of breaking that. In Eau Claire, the record's 57, forecast is 58, so it's going to get a little bit close, but it's definitely going to be right up there near that record. For the daytime hours, Tuesday's record in La Crosse is 81, forecast is 82, and Eau Claire is really looking like you could really break that record and exceed it by great amounts, 4 degrees above the record as that forecast as we go into Tuesday. So all that to say, it's just going to be a very warm start to the week, and that's thanks to those southerly winds. Now this high pressure system, it's moved off a little bit to the east, but it was before stationed down here, and that was the cause of all of that southerly flow that we've been having. And as we go throughout the beginning of the week, there's not going to be a lot to move that southerly flow in either direction, so it's just going to keep funneling up that warmer air until we get to about Wednesday. Now this system is going to get very close, but it kind of lags as we go through Tuesday. It's going to take its sweet time to get over there. While it's waiting, it's dumping a lot of snow over into the Dakotas, but don't worry, we're dealing with record warmth here right now, so we're not going to have to deal with any snow. As that front finally decides to move through Wednesday, it's giving us a very good dosage of rain showers. Some thunderstorms could be embedded in that line of storms as well, so definitely make sure you're staying tuned for all the updates on Wednesday's situation. What we do know for certain is we're going to get a lot of much needed rain with it. This is going through Friday, but much of this accumulation is going to come with that stuff passing through on Wednesday, with much of the area possibly seeing over ½ of an inch. And then as we go through Wednesday and into the rest of the week, we're staying dry for much of the week until we get into the weekend. Going into next week as well, we could see another good chance for some rain showers. Now here we are starting the beginning of the week again. We're going to have those breezier conditions. Could be seeing wind gusts near or around 30 miles an hour at times, and then comes that drastic cool down for Wednesday. After that cold front passes through, we're going to have beautiful temperatures for Halloween. I mean, going from the 80s to the 50s is a big cool down, so it's going to feel a little bit cold, but 50s on Halloween, that's like perfect Halloween weather.
I remember when it was snowing on Halloween. We've had that a couple times here in La Crosse, and that is the worst. So 50s, we will definitely take it.
That's a happy medium, yeah.
For sure. Thank you, Nicole. And coming up in sports, Green Bay goes for win number 6 on the season. The Packers were facing off with the Jaguars. Cade has the highlights after the break.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I am a strong believer in pro-life. I am totally opposed to abortion.
Eric Hovde supports abortion bans. Republican extremists in the Senate already want to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape or incest. They want more anti-abortion judges, and to even make birth control and IVF illegal.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
We can't trust Eric Hovde.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months or up to $7,000 customer cash on a 2024 Ford Expedition. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
My husband and I were elated to find out that we would be having another baby. But after many tests, my doctors agreed that we had to terminate the pregnancy. It was the worst day of my life. You should know that Eric Hubdy supports laws that stop me and my doctor from making that decision. And that's a ban with no exceptions in cases of rape or incest. It's a ban that could turn doctors into criminals. He opposes abortion, period.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty.
Gear up this hunting season with Johnson Tractor and get 0% APR for 54 months or up to a $2,000 cash rebate on select Kubota Sidekick RTVs. Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Week 8 of the NFL season, almost to the halfway mark, and the Packers have been on a roll. Today they were down in Jacksonville, and a win over the Jaguars would make the Packers 4-0 against the AFC South. Let's go to Florida. Love entered the game with 15 touchdowns in just 5 games played this year, but trouble on their first drive, 3rd and 8. Love dropping back, rolling out. He's going to overthrow his receiver, but Love came down on his leg and he was hurt. One more look at it. Yeah, not a good look. He would stay in the game, but you could just see that he couldn't move around, and it was tough to watch in the first half. But second quarter, Jaguars on offense. Trevor Lawrence back to pass from his own end zone, and he's picked off. That's Xavier McKinney, his 6th interception of the year, leads the NFL, and that would set up the offense. A few plays later, Love hands it to Josh Jacobs. He goes up the middle and scores. Packers take a 7-0 lead. Still in the second, Packers on offense. Love hobbling around, but he's going to find Tucker Kraft in the tight end. Gets a huge pickup, but Love was struggling after the play. Pack would lead 13-10 at the break. Then in the second half, Love's day comes to an end. Gets bumped after the throw, and that was just too much. Tried to fight through it, but at some point, you got to make sure he's safe. And that Jags smelled blood in the water on 2nd and 5. Lawrence goes to the end zone. He's got Brian Thomas Jr. for the score. Jacksonville goes up 4. But the Packers have some gamers on their team. One of them being Josh Jacobs. Watch this run. Makes a man miss. Fights off a tackle. 38 yards to the house. Packers go back on top. Fourth quarter. Jags need a score. Lawrence back to pass, but Edgerrin Cooper strips him. And then watch Devontae Wyatt block out the lineman, jumps on the ball, and the Packers recover. 2 plays later, it's Malik Willis. Goes to his tight end. Tucker Kraft walks on in for the score. Packers go up 10. Jacksonville would come back to tie it, but with 1:15 to play, Willis on play action. He's going to find Jaden Reed wide open down the sideline. Reed with a huge pickup before being pushed out at the 15. So in comes Brandon McManus, and for the 2nd straight week, McManus walks it off. Packers win 30-27.
I got to give our guys a lot of credit, the guys up front, blocking for him, Tucker Kraft coming around, Jaden Reed making the play, and to be able to win on a walk-off 2 weeks in a row is kind of crazy. I don't want it to continue to happen that way. I'd like to win outright, but because it's taken years off our lives. But no, I'm just really happy for our guys.
The win brings the Packers to 6-2 on the season. The latest on Jordan Love's injury is unknown. The QB left the game with what was being called a groin injury. Now, Love missed 2 games earlier this season with a knee injury, but with Green Bay being 6-2, there's not really a reason to rush Love back, as Willis has done great in his backup role, and the Packers will need Love for the postseason. The injury comes at a bad time as Green Bay is set to host the 6-1 Detroit Lions next week. No Vikings this week, so how about we check in on our friends, the Chicago Bears. They just took the lead over the Commanders in a battle between the rookie quarterbacks, but as time is running out, Jaden Daniels has all sorts of time. He's going to eventually heave it to the end zone, and watch this. This ball is going to be tipped, and it's caught by Noah Brown. The Commanders take down the Bears on a Hail Mary. Wow. So here is how the NFC North is looking. The Lions at the top at 6-1. They scored 52 points today and will face off with the Packers next week. Of course, Green Bay, we just talked about it, 6-2 on the year. The Vikings played on Thursday. That loss puts them at 5-2 on the season. And then in 4th place are those Chicago Bears. Still 4-3 on the year, so the NFC North is looking strong. How about some NBA action? The Bucks taking on the Nets. Up 2 late in the first half, but Dennis Schroeder pulls up from 3, buries it. Brooklyn goes in front. Second half, Giannis and Dame start to cook. The give and go back to Giannis. Easy slam dunk. Milwaukee pulls within 2. Then a few minutes later, Lillard working the defense. He's going to go step back 3, nails it. Bucks retake the lead, but Brooklyn was tough tonight. Schroeder drives, kicks to Nick Claxton, wide open in the corner. He buries it, and then in the 4th, the Nets would take over. Cam Thomas pulls up from deep, nothing but net. Thomas would finish with a game-high 32 points as the Bucks drop another one, 115-102. Milwaukee goes again tomorrow in Boston against the defending champs. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag. Just $5.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $5.99. Hardee's. Goodness in the making.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin invites you to experience the thrill of gaming like never before. With 6 locations across the state, there's something for everyone. Whether you're a slots enthusiast, a poker pro, or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Plus, indulge in delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more excitement to your visit. Come join the fun at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Chrysler Winona. Lease a new 4-door Jeep Wrangler Willys V6 with heated seats and steering wheel for $549 down and $549 per month, or buy from $10,000 off of MSRP. Need more room? A new 3-row Jeep Grand Cherokee L with heated leather, sunroof, and a V6 engine up to $10,000 MSRP, or lease from $599 down and $599 per month. So see us today at our new location, Highway 61, Winona.
Remember when Hillary Clinton called you a deplorable?
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Well, Tammy Baldwin hates you too.
Donald Trump might be one of the most offensive and hateful and unacceptable presidential candidates we've ever had. So what does that say about the people who support him?
Tammy Baldwin is a liberal snob.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
He did it. It was pretty devastating.
He is bragging about the rights that he stole from American women. And Trump is promising to do more. In Project 2025.
They are restricting birth control,
tracking pregnant women, enforcing a nationwide abortion ban. The government should get out of my business.
Stay out of my business.
That's not the government's business.
In America, women make their own decisions.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Every morning in hardworking America, Hardee's biscuit makers rise to bake our original made-from-scratch biscuits. Famous since 1977 and still the greatest goodness around. Find the best deals on the Hardee's app.
A special benefit concert is taking place in Charlotte, North Carolina to help the victims of Hurricane Helene. Some of country music's biggest stars are performing. They say their goal is to have the one night to uplift one another and let Western North Carolina know they're not alone.
The strength of the people there and the character of the people there is unlike anywhere in the world. That's the place that made me. That's the place that made the music that made me.
Nearly a dozen country music stars using their musical talents to encourage Western North Carolina following Helene, a place that holds fond memories for Eric Church and Luke Combs.
It was so sobering to see so many places that I walked with my own 2 feet, especially in Asheville.
I remember there was some video of an area that I knew intimately in Western North Carolina, and when they sent the video, I didn't know what I was looking at. And it was stunning to me to see this area that I grew up in, that I knew, that I no longer recognized.
The concert comes as we reach the 1 month since Helene ripped through Western North Carolina. Raging rivers knocking homes off their posts, mudslides, and residents left with little to no power and water. And now chart-topping artists like Combs, Church, Keith Urban, Sheryl Crow, and Carolina in My Mind's James Taylor are hitting the stage.
A show like this usually takes a year or a year and a half to plan, and we were able to get it done in 3 weeks.
To bring a sense of hope and healing across the state.
Western North Carolina is internationally known, so we have a mission to make sure that it gets built back.
Just to take a pause from how the destruction and the devastation, and to have a moment of trying to have a revival of what we're trying to do musically and throughout raising money with Concert for Carolina.
All proceeds from the concert are heading directly to hurricane relief efforts. We'll be right back with a final check on your forecast.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys, what are the chances you can fix this?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
So like 1 in 100?
Fellas, I can fix this.
Like 1 in a million?
I can do it.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
G and D, yeah!
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 Drive in and see Wisconsin's best furniture store. With holidays and the football season upon us, shop and order now.
Browse the most competitive prices on a huge selection of sofas, sectionals, and chairs.
Awesome discounts on power reclining with adjustable headrest, zero gravity, or lift.
Set the table this year with options from Ashley, Sunny Design, and our rustic Amish pieces. Looking for a better night's sleep? Try out any of our hybrid, all-foam, and double-sided mattresses with adjustable bases and frames available.
Furniture from our family to yours. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Listen to Tammy Baldwin.
Married members must file very important information about their spouse's income, their investments, gifts, and debts. Surely the public interest would require that these obligations apply also to partners of gay and lesbian office holders.
But wait, here's Tammy today when asked to disclose the finances of her own partner.
Stay out of my personal life.
After 26 years in Washington, Tammy Baldwin's in it for herself, not us. It's time for change.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Ram is built to serve, and you'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
It's the Ram Power Days sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors now to get over 20% off MSRP on a 2024 Ram 1500 or get 0.9% APR for 72 months. With unparalleled durability, towing, hauling, Ram has you covered. Hurry in. This offer ends October 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
We got windy and warm conditions to start the week off. Finally seeing some good amounts of rainfall on Wednesday, but all of it is really going to calm down just in time for Halloween, thankfully.
Love it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, thank you, Nicole, and thank you for watching Newsday. I'll be here tomorrow.